This is a country which tells people it believes in having a fair go. And it is a country which has for a long time provided affordable housing and good living conditions to ordinary working Australians. You're losing that. Do we want this country to be a country where the only way to buy a house is to take a $5 million bet? Because if we keep going that direction, that's what it's going to be like in 20 years.
We do have a 5% deposit scheme for first home buyers.
Yeah.
Do you see that as risky, or do you see that as a great way to reduce inequality?
There is no doubt that buying a house with a 5% deposit is risky. I think the obvious consequence is it's going to push up house prices. We want to be making housing more affordable by bringing up wages and changing that relationship between asset prices and wages. You can't just keep having house be 3 times wages, 5 times wages, 10 times wages, 20 times wages, and fix that by making mortgages more accessible. And then our kids have $2, $3, $4 million mortgages. Is that what you want? If you want housing to be affordable, you need to deal with inequality, and you need to have a tax system which taxes the very wealthy more than ordinary working people. I get people all over the world, including a big YouTube following in Australia, messaging me every day. Housing here is some of the least affordable in the world. Young people can't afford houses, there's a lack of hope in the future, inequality is growing. If you look in places where wealth is incredibly unequally distributed, go look at Mumbai, go look at Shanghai. Look at what house prices were relative to wages in the UK 100 years ago. The world will show you very clearly incredibly unequal countries have incredible unaffordable housing which ordinary people cannot afford.
You're a sort of a revolutionary in terms of your fight against inequality.
Thank you.
Have you made the sort of progress that you would have hoped to have made at this point?
In some ways yes, in some ways no. The audience is massive now. Wealth taxes are phenomenally popular with the public, but where I've been extremely frustrated, incredibly frustrated, is the lack of pickup by mainstream politicians.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, that is a great question. I think they're scared. I think they're kind of stuck in what we would call in the UK the Westminster bubble, their little politicians' bubble. They're out of touch, and most of the time they're comfortable. That's why instead of writing in newspapers, I go on YouTube, because what I want to communicate is it is the ordinary people who will be hurt. If ordinary people expect politicians to fix this, they'll be waiting a long time.
What is an example of something that would happen in the halls of power that would make you believe I'm making a difference?
Listen, put a little bit of money into getting a team of good economists into researching and designing a wealth tax which targets the richest in society. The frustration I get is, whenever I talk to politicians, they always say, listen, that's too difficult, we're not ready for it, we don't have the tax policy in place, we're worried about the next budget, and every year the same thing happens. Economy gets worse, living standards fall, house prices go up, housing gets less affordable. You need to have politicians who are willing to prepare in the long term to fix serious problems. Nobody is dealing with this growing inequality. They're not even starting to deal with how do we design the tax. I think I want to see some seriousness in addressing this long-term problem of growing inequality, and that means putting a little bit of money into researching tax policy.